I do have another story or encounter with these men in black.
Shoot.
So this one takes place in England a few years ago. So a lot more recently. And this person was 15 when this all happened. And they were playing video games upstairs, chilling in their room, when they get a knock on their door. She knows that her mom is up. She gets a knock at the door. She thinks it's strange because it's 11 o'clock at night. And by this time, it's dark for 5 hours. And it's during the winter time in England. So super curious as to who's knocking at this hour. She walks out, and her bedroom is on the second floor. And it comes out to the balcony of the stairs, and she can see down to the doorway, but she's just high enough where she can't see like the face of the person standing
like
in
the
the doorway.
feet only?
She sees like part of the torso and
Ooh.
down. Yeah. So the mom opens the door, and there's two figures in black suits. And she's just far enough, and there's just enough echo in the house so that she only makes out mumbling. Oh. So she can't hear exactly the conversation that's taking place. But she's watching her mom talk to these men for only 20 or so seconds. And the mom backs up, grabs the door, shuts it closed. So she runs downstairs and she talks to her mom. She said, "Who was that?" And I'm not sure if the mom told her right then and there, because it would be kind of terrifying, I feel like, or if she waited and asked a couple years later. But what happened was these two men who had no hair on their face and big eyes, and they were both wearing these black hats, and they were matching, but they looked the same size. They asked for the daughter, and not just the first name, but the last name, and said, "Is first name, last name here?" And the mom was smart enough to respond, "You have the wrong house." And that's when she closes the door and says goodbye. So the person who sent this story also mentions that the mom said they had a German-sounding accent. That was the only other notable thing about them. Some pretty good theories that she's thought of over the years of who it might be. One, a harmless prank by a friend calling some religious group to my house, parentheses, Jehovah Witness or Mormons. Two, I somehow ended up on a cult list. Three, deep web could have led them to me somehow. So
None of those are great.
yeah. She said she can't call it for what it is, but that's what happened to her. Ugh.
That's scary, dude.
Quick thinking on the mom for sure.
Yeah, coming in clutch.
That was great. Where was the
Shout
dad?
out moms, dude.
I know.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah, so these men in black, do you think it's organized? Do you think it's just two dudes trolling?
I mean, also there has to be a percentage of confusion from missionaries walking around. I was just like, how many people think, "Oh, there's some men in black right there"?
I mean, we have a friend who served his mission in upstate New York, and he's 6'8", and his companion or partner at the time was like 6'9", and they were both wearing trench coats in winter, walking around the hood, and everyone called them the feds. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've never had an experience with them or know anyone who's personally had an experience with them. So this is one that I'm, in my mind, is easily could be a myth, but it's still terrifying, the thought of it. And if it is real, then several other really frightening facts are real, in that somehow they know when people have experiences with UFOs, they know where to locate them.
They're probably organized.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have enough intel to know where people live.
And
At least from those two stories.
First and last names, apparently.
And that would suggest that there is some sort of supernatural or extraterrestrial element that they're monitoring and don't want people to know about.
True. Yeah, then it means aliens are real. So there's that too.
Yeah, and some people think that they're aliens trying to act as humans.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it's the government.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That was in England, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have
I
government
I don't think they have government there.
Well, no, I'm just like thinking what kind of organization would be so similar.
MI6.
Probably the Kingsmen.
Oh, no. That's true, man.
The Knights Templar. You should pull up the CCTV footage. CCTV footage. Have you ever seen it, Sean?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, we've all seen it.
Then F. Never mind.
Recently though, there was a branch of the military that came out and acknowledged the reality of unidentified flying objects. I don't know if it was Navy or Air Force or something like that.
Navy.
Yeah, I think the Navy.
Yeah, but like straight out came in. Yeah, there's UFOs.
And you know who's pioneering all that evidence coming out? All the
Lazar.
small things. Don't copyright me, please. Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
Some 41.
No, Blink. Some 182.
Some guy.
Something wrong.
But the fact that the lead singer from Blink-182 is like revealing that UFOs actually exist just prove we're in a simulation and this is all bullshit.
There's also like a very popular phenomenon in Phoenix called the Phoenix Lights. Have you heard of those?
Vaguely. That sounds familiar.
Both my parents have seen them.
Ooh, do tell, please. Because
That's all they told me. I'll have to
frick.
ask about it.
So they're just lights in the sky.
lights in the sky that are unidentified.
Butterfly in the sky.
You can go twice as high.
Are we calling this episode Reading Rainbow?
Of course. I can do anything.
I'll have to ask, though. Oh, gosh. That's definitely a scary thought, though.
Men in Black?
Men in Black, because that could mean so much more.
It's funny because I feel like all the encounters and stories I've read about Men in Black, it was like the Men in Black's like intentions were unfruitful and unsuccessful. Like we don't have a story of somebody being kidnapped.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm talking about like nobody just said like, oh, I watched as like my mom answered the door
And she's drug
and
away.
these two men took her, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was always like they came really mysteriously, pale skin, weird looking, super just incognito. The incognito man from Google. And they didn't get what they wanted and that was it.
Yeah. It is weird.
So it's like, I don't know what you guys are doing over there in the Men in Black, but you're not very good at your job.
It's because you don't remember anything after the Flash. So
Ooh.
that's why.
Them boys hot.
If we ever get approached by the Men in Black, we will tell you listeners. We'll tell all of our listeners.
Yeah. So if any Men in Black are listening today,
Visit DJ.
visit DJ.